let's talk about the front end, right? This computer aided dispatch. And, oftentimes, especially in a disaster response situation, it's not going to be one jurisdiction that responds. Usually it's going to be multiple agencies, sometimes even cross border, depending on where this thing is happening. When I say cross border, I'm talking state to state, usually, right, in the US. Tell me how your CAD works and how it's different from other offerings on the market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go real quick, Kevin, and then you can jump in. Yeah, so our CAD right up front is built for interagency collaboration. We're CAD that allows different jurisdictions to talk. Like I mentioned earlier, we do have the ability to connect to other systems. So if someone else has a records management system, same thing with our records management. If someone else a different product or a different vendor, we're able to connect and have that connection internally into their system, and then we're also able to share data with our state and local partners. So look, for instance, say it's a military organization, let's just say Fort Bliss, Texas, which I served at, and the CAD that we were using there, we were able to talk to, and they did have the same brand, but we're able to share and talk with not only our the city of El Paso, but the sheriff there in the county, the other federal agencies and so forth. So we're able to share information as well. Again, our CAD is fully cloud native, meaning it's seamless integration with our systems and updates, of course, across jurisdictions, flexible, adaptable. I think the biggest thing I have noticed, about our CAD, again, ease of use. Our CAD system and our graphics. Kevin mentioned our graphics a little bit earlier. One of the things, just a quick story. When I was the director of emergency services, my soldiers were having a tough time with that CAD. Again, outdated. We had back years ago. You have the cameras or the computers in the cars with the maps, but they were having a tough time with that CAD. If you take a look at our CAD, the graphics and the ability to get you from point A to point B when you're dispatched from your home station or wherever you're at to that crime scene, I think you'll see something spectacular that's not out there with all the other customers.
Yeah, I was just at GeoGov last week, and obviously a big Esri crowd. They were one of the major sponsors of that geospatial event. But what they're doing with this imagery and satellites, and just amazing. And the fact that you can pull in Esri data into this thing to get that kind of visual, for the officers right on the scene is really cool. Let's talk a little bit about. We talked about the records management system. We talked about computer-aided dispatch. Let's talk about analytics, right? Because data, just raw data is interesting, but unless you can get something actionable out of it for like decision makers, it's probably not super helpful, right? So tell us about the analytics portion of your platform.
Yeah. We can't have a great platform with great governance and great data in without you being able to pull that data out and have actionable insights from it. So there's levels to it. The analytics provides the internal and the access to the external raw data. It just really provides actionable insights that agencies can use to identify crime trends. Again, certain crime patterns, or deploy resources effectively. A lot of agencies do like summer crime planning, or even at the DoD level, like special events and ad hoc type of security situations for dignitaries or persons of importance. And then you can also use it to measure performance, right? Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of field training in there. Individuals, they don't just come well trained out the box. You always have to adjust situationally there. Ultimately, the transparency of the platform, transparency features and analytics help agencies communicate their performance and data with the public, right? And then just having that data, that's where it starts to build the trust instead of just having superfluous conversations. So, yeah, having great data, and then the only thing else I would add there is just having the technical capabilities to plug and play with other systems and use that data to transition to other systems of record, whether it's like a prosecution system or a public data type of portal or dashboard. So yeah, the analytics very robust and very huge on the value proposition side once you have great governance and great data coming through your platform.
Awesome. Hey, look, we all love technology and it's awesome as long as it works. I know, Jeremy, I absolutely guarantee that in the Army, you practice, you exercise what happens when things go offline. In other words, for some reason, something goes down, your normal systems aren't operational. You guys have offline capabilities, and I think that's really important. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so one of our features that Kevin mentioned earlier, our mobile, we do have the ability to use that offline, or if the system's down, you still may have mobile capability and or internet capability and or your data plan, whatever that phone's using. So you still have the ability to use that even if something happens back at, say, at the police station or wherever you're at, whatever agency you're at. So you still have that ability to operate. In fact, it's very interesting that you asked that question. I was in DC with you actually at a drone conference recently. I think we were in Baltimore, and
Oh, the FAA Drone and AM Symposium, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And met, I think you introduced me to a Boston cop, and of course they're one of our customers. And what a great opportunity. We just sat and talked, and he pulled up his Mark43 on his phone, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm actually working on this particular case right now." He showed me exactly.
At happy hour, okay.
Yeah, he was digging into his phone, doing his work while at a conference. So yeah, absolutely, the ability to operate, when you get home maybe, and he wants to finish out something, it's absolutely critical. Something I've not seen before, until Mark 43.